Oh, God. Being king. Everyone's like, oh, it must be so easy to be king. You just order people around. Ugh, they don't tell you about the crazies that jump on your lap and try to stab you in the throat. Or how you stand at a desk all day and write and write and write. Or how you basically get begged by every kingdom in the realm to protect them from another weak kingdom in the realm. Or you have to deal with stupid marriage proposals even though you're already a happily married man. I guess it does award me some luxuries, like a nice room, I guess, but honestly, I need to assign some people to take care of some of these tasks when I'm not there. Ugh. Oh, honey, you're already in bed. Sorry, I was taking work back into the bedroom. I'll fix that right away. Um. Oh, I guess I'm fine. I'm just exhausted. Why am I exhausted? Well, to make a long story short, I dealt with a bunch of crazy people today. Riots, an attempted coup. I had to basically refuse a bunch of women from trying to marry me. And then on top of that, the Southern Kingdom keeps nipping at our heels. They want a war. I keep telling them we're gonna decimate them, and they aren't listening. And honestly, I'm thinking about just wiping off that little tiny nation off the map. They're basically glorified raiders, and the only reason they actually have a kingdom, quote unquote, is because I let them. And the sooner they understand that, the better. Oh, I still have that crown on my head. I'll set that on the dresser. A successor? Little early to be talking about that, ain't it? I know. I need to have an heir at some point. But I'm still a couple thousand years off from having to worry about that. And even if I did have a kid, it would just complicate matters further. I'd rather wait till our kingdom is more stable before popping out a bunch of kids, you know? I mean, what kind of empire would they inherit if I died anyway? A fractured one? We're barely holding ourselves by the bootstraps. Ever since the Ortels decided to buy a bunch of our property in our kingdom, they're causing havoc. Firing and hiring people at random and then blaming me for it. That stupid merchant kingdom. Yeah, I've thought about inviting them, but well, if I did that, it would look even more poorer. It would look like I'm trying to raid them for wealth rather than just cutting out a tumor. And that would cause even more havoc to the people. It's a kind of a delicate situation. The army looks like it's about ready to quit. Well, the reason why that is it's you, my dear. Almost everyone universally disagrees with me trying to marry a human. Yeah, I get it. But while I have more different views than the rest of my kingdom, the rest of the kingdom sees it as, well, impure bloodline. Great Draco, the king of the dragons, and the human peasant are calling you. I'm trying to get them to change their minds. You're my queen, my equal, but they don't see you as my equal. They go around you, and after you ask them to do something, they come and ask me. I'm trying to think of a solution. I can't just burn all my problems, dear. I'm not a tyrant. Although I did have an idea around that's kind of similar. Well, they want to go around and ask me things. What if I gave them much harsher results, while you offered softer and more better results, causing them to go to you more, and then we can equalize it out. That way they'd start building more faith in you. Sure, it'd be at the detriment of me, but, well, everyone already doesn't like me anyway. No, dear, I really don't mind. And I really don't care. Oh, yeah, I guess I am still fully clothed. Here, let me just derobe a little bit. There. Scoot over. I need to get in bed. Thank you, dear. Alright. Let me just get under the covers. Cuddles. Yeah, I would like those. It's been far too long since I'm able to feel your heart against my chest. Much better. Oh. No, guess I haven't really rested in a while, have I? Is it that obvious? My muscles feel tense. Well, I've been straining them quite a lot. I haven't slept in days. So much work. Well, I guess that's what I get for basically not working on my kingdom for half a century. But with you by my side, I'm sure we can turn things around. My sister. Yeah, she's currently on the battle war front. She's been trying to talk down the enemy, but I don't think it's really going far. Yeah, imagine that. Someone who makes houses actually being a good war general. Who would have thought? And our court wizard, Kaylee, she's working on solutions as well to the new virus that's going around. Apparently, it's making people go feral. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but she seems insistent on it. Can I get infected? Not really. Dragons are immune to most diseases, but humans and most other monster species can. We've had to detain quite a few of them here at the palace, actually, just so they wouldn't infect others. We have a whole plague wing. At least that's what the guards are calling it. Well, we're trying to find a way to return their minds, but all efforts have been unsuccessful. We reached out to the Fairy King to see if he could offer support, but he's still not interested in talking since our last dispute. Well, to be fair, he did steal you away from me, so me destroying his castle, I feel like, was justified. I didn't kill anyone, I just destroyed his property, because he took mine. Yeah, you're not property. That's not what I meant. I just meant you're mine. Jeez, so temperamental. Oh, before I forget, tomorrow we're going to the countryside. Why? Well, apparently there's been this knight that everyone's been talking about, making a name for himself. Yeah, apparently he vanquished a demon lord. Everyone's taken an interest in him, and recently he's come to our kingdom. He hasn't really caused any trouble, but Well, people are concerned. And, well, love him. I was gonna go ask him if he'd be willing to serve in my employ, and I could always use a knight like him around. However, I doubt he would take me up on my offer. He doesn't seem the type to like to be held down, but I figured I'd go and ask. The reason I'm taking you is I'm hilariously bad at diplomacy. I could be strong and tough, sure, but when it comes to peace, that's more of a you skill. I would like you to go talk to him and see if you can convince him to stick around. That if not work for us, at the very least sign a non-aggression pact. Well, it's very likely we're going to be going to war against the human kingdom soon. They seem like they're prepping up for it. And I don't think we're going to be able to hold out with peace much longer, dear. They seem determined to want to fight. The Draconic Isles have our back, sure, but against the human empire, it's gonna be rough. To be all the truth, I don't think our kingdom's gonna survive, but we're gonna fight like hell. Oh, right. Here I am getting all worked up again. I'm sorry. You're putting my head into your chest, dear. Alright, I'll close my eyes. Your hand on my head feels so good. I forgot how calming your presence was. Darling? Thank you for saving me. To tell you the truth, before I met you, I didn't know what I was going to do. But after meeting you, it's filled me with purpose. I want to be a good king, a good husband, and maybe one day, a good father, with you by my side. I would burn down everything for you and build it all back up again in your image. And while I'm not going to conquer the world, I'm very happy that I've conquered your heart and that you've conquered mine. My little warlord. Yeah, I do like that thought. Little dragon running around. I haven't talked about my master that much, have I? When I was a little dragon, he took me in. With my parents being the scourge on the world they were, he was originally planning to kill me, but he just found me too cute to kill, I guess. He took me under his wing and trained me. He taught me right from wrong and raised me as a human. I became a famous monster hunter, and when I learned of my heritage, I tried to take the throne. I did, but I was too young to rule at the time. So I passed it off to my older sister until I was of age. Eventually I lost interest in ruling and just kind of let her be in control of everything. She always expressed interest that I take over, but I never really had an interest. Not until you came into my life. I knew I wanted to protect you, and, well, my little mansion in the woods just wasn't cutting it. So, taking back the throne brought a lot of controversy, but it also brought a lot of protection for you and me. I know you miss your friends, but most of them decided to move. The only one who didn't really was the Cyclops and your Naga friend, but they visit from time to time. They are welcome guests in the castle. Well, Welcome to you, anyway. I still don't like your Naga friend. I'll never forgive him for trying to eat you. Cole, can you blame me? If your spouse was eaten, you'd get mad too. Anyway, I'm just happy to have you in my life, dear. I'm glad you feel the same. Now, if you don't mind, I need to catch some Z's. And maybe while I sleep, I'll have a dream about you. I hope you dream about me as well, dear. Good night. Sleep tight. And don't let the wyverns bite.